Well, I've been walking forever. I just found this horse camp here. Biggest problem up here is there's no water, and I don't see any water right here either. Um, I'm guessing that it's not too far from here. If they camp here, must be able to go down and get water somewhere. And it's a crazy sensation walking for hours on end and not knowing if there's water ahead or not. We'll see. Oh man, you hear that water? Couldn't be happier to find water. I just ran out about an hour ago. And I set up camp, and I thought, well, there's this like established horse camp. There's got to be water somewhere around here. So, okay, it's opening day of rifle season in the Selway unit of Idaho, September 15th, 2018. Just got in to my camp for the week, and it's been a rough road in. I haven't really recorded anything yet because it didn't seem appropriate with all the trouble we were having and stuff. We actually left yesterday. We got a kind of a late start because we had a few hour drive in here and all that kind of stuff, and break camp from the last place we were camped at on the road somewhere in Montana. So we got in here about, I don't know, 11:30, and then I had a hell of a time hiking in. The mountains here are crazy steep, and it's just really rough terrain. And my partner for the trip was a childhood friend that he hasn't really done much of this kind of stuff, but he wanted to go. So he stepped right into varsity level here, and some of the worst, terrain in the country, and hiking way in. I mean, we were going, I didn't know it was going to be so far, but it was really far. Yesterday, we did not make it. We didn't make it all the way up the mountain. He was having a really rough time, so we camped somewhere on the mountain, the only flat ground we could find. And there was no water anywhere, so we ran out of water. So this morning, we hiked back down the canyon to fill our water jugs and stuff before we head out to get the rest of the way to this camp that we had in mind. Because this camp actually has water, but there's nowhere else on the way has water. So after hiking all the way back down, coming back up, loaded our packs up, broke camp. Didn't see any animals today. It was actually season, so we had our guns out and stuff. Yesterday we jumped a black bear on the way in, but our permits weren't active until today, so couldn't shoot at it. But today we got up, just about all the way to the top of this mountain, and my partner's he was just having a hell of a time, and I decided to turn back, and he said he's going to go back to the trailhead, and I advised him against it, but that's what he wanted to do. So I had kind of mixed emotions about leaving him behind, and I really didn't want me to go with him. Offered to carry his pack the rest of the way here and everything, but he was being really stubborn about that. And he said he wanted to make it out on his own, so that's hopefully he's okay. He probably had a longer hike getting back than I had getting to camp, honestly. I got here by about 2 hours after I left him, and I bet he had 6 hours to get back to the car. But I think his mind had gone negative on the whole experience, so there's not much you could do then. But so, I wish he was here with me, but I'm here on my own now for the rest of the week. Plan on staying, coming out next Friday, so a whole week here. It's Saturday today. This afternoon I'm waiting out a little bit of rain here, and I'll probably go explore the area and hunt around some. Now that I'm in camp, it's everything's good. There's water here. It's flat enough to camp. It's flat enough to hunt. The only thing that I really wasn't expecting was just thick woods, and I was hoping that there was a little bit of open area I could do some glassing and stuff like that. But maybe I'll find a spot like that. But right now I'm just in thick woods, so it'll be woods hunting until I find something else. So I'll give it a shot tonight a little bit, and then head out early tomorrow morning and see if I can figure this area out. I just got back to camp, evening of night one. Went out and did a little hunting. It's definitely woods hunting, where it's just like still hunting through the woods, which is what I'm used to from back home. And this just wasn't what I was expecting, but it's I've done more of this than spot and stuck anyhow. So, but I didn't see anything tonight, and I have to cover a lot of ground. I would imagine I should be able to find a deer out here. But my elk tag, I don't know about that, and I don't have my hopes very high. I haven't seen any fresh sign of elk. Haven't heard any bugles. And like I've seen a lot of elk shit, but it's all looks really old. So we'll see. Just gotta cover a lot of ground and be patient and glass way ahead through the trees and just look for something bedded and put a stalk on it. What a great water source to find out here. Beautiful thing. Like finding gold out here in the mountains. I took a walk around this morning off trail, kind of trying to slow hunt the woods, and walked for 2.5 hours, and never even found a spot that I could see more than 40 feet. This is crazy. You know, as forest is, it's just swimming through deadfalls. And I cannot believe that. I walked all day yesterday with water being my biggest concern. And today I'm swimming through a rainforest soaking wet. Unbelievable. Okay, I'm back from the first morning. Really the first morning I had to hunt out here. And I head out to the mountains to the north and to the west of here. And kind of went around the whole rim of it. And all the way down to the canyon bottom. And it's nothing but thick forest over there. Everywhere I went, there was nowhere that had any kind of clearing. It was just all the shrubage and stuff was over my head, just constantly swimming through junk. And then deadfalls were unbelievable, just constantly going over deadfalls, just treacherous and dangerous. So I'm not going back there. I did find a trail that led back out of there, back to camp. But it was so overgrown with deadfalls and stuff like that, it was just hard to even stay on it. So that spot's eliminated from where I'm going to hunt. Where I went to last night wasn't too bad. That was, a huntable trail. I almost have to stay on trail to hunt around here because anytime you get off trail, it's just like a freight train going through the woods. There's no way you can be quiet, with all the stuff and the deadfalls and the foliage and stuff up to my neck. So looks like it'll be trail hunting, and maybe I'll head back to trail from where I came from too. There were some spots I can glass over there. I might try that tonight. So I'm like so far away from the trailhead that I really don't want to shoot anything any further than this, because right now I'm looking at a horrendous pack out just where I sit here. Trying to dry out my gear from this morning's hunt. I should have worn my rain suit. I got everything wet. Been running this fire for a couple hours now, hour and a half maybe, trying to dry things out before I go back out. This is my backcountry palace here, Kafaru Paratipi with 12-inch TI goat cylinder stove, titanium. Listen to the predominant sound of the woods of the Selway wilderness is a buzzing of bees in September. Seems like everywhere I go, they're buzzing all around my head. They're all over my pack right now as we speak. So I took a little walk back up the way I came in yesterday, since the end of the day I was just wanting to get here. I thought maybe I didn't pay much attention to whether or not it's a good hunt area. So I took a look back there to see my options, and it's just like I remember, there's nothing good there. It's just a narrow ridge and straight down canyons on both sides, and you really can't see down the canyons because the foliage is too high. So it looks like I went west and north this morning, and that was horrible. Back south where I came from is a no-go. Like southeast is a canyon from where I'm at, So really north and east is my only option. That route I went down yesterday afternoon, that seemed huntable, and you can kind of see for a ways, and I could glass up ahead and still hunt the way I like to do in the woods. But it's just bad that that's the only option, because it's just further from the trailhead. So I'm already just deep in, and I mean, if I'm gonna shoot something further, it's got to be sooner rather than later, because this pack out's gonna take a long time. I would say if I don't get anything by Wednesday, it's too late, because you know, I have a load just getting my own stuff out, and then getting the animal on me. If I got an elk, I'd have to get it tomorrow. That'd be the last day. But for a deer, maybe till Wednesday, Sunday today, because I can just do it in 2 trips. But the trip in between is come back is probably a solid 8 hours hiking to get in and out of here. So 3 days at best, even with just a deer. So hopefully something happens pretty soon. That close ridge line is the ridge line I came in on. Beyond that's the valley I came in on. It's all smoked up from wildfires. I seen one burning last night in the distance. The wind's blowing this way, so I hope it doesn't get any closer to me. Block my exit. Okay, it's the 4th day out here. Mid-morning, I just walked for 3 hours and to explore new territory. And it's just all been the same stuff, just horrendous forest of low visibility. Walked on what was an old, I don't know if it's a horse trail or game trail. It looks like nothing's walked on it in 10 years. You know, all deadfalls over top of it and stuff like that. I actually don't even know where the trail's at right now. I lost it. I've lost it and found it many times today. I've been going downhill all day, back towards the valley that I came in on. I think at this point I'm just going to follow it all the way down to the valley and then circle back around, walk the valley back to the west, and then take the trail that I took back up the mountain to go to camp originally. And I'll just do this huge loop today. It sucks. I don't have anything else to do though. I think the forests up here are just sorry, I have a sinus infection. Doesn't help out here. Yeah, the forests up here are just bone dry. There's no water. There's no life up here. The whole trail, there's no tracks, no deer shit. I did find a little bit of elk shit where I'm at now, but it looks like it's just so old, it's white. So nothing's been up here in a long time, and I think maybe just because there's no water up here. So I gotta rethink what I'm doing here. Do this circle, and maybe I'll find some sign down by the valley. I don't know how much valley down there. When we first came in, it was nothing but canyon. I think it opens up a little bit over here, so maybe it's a place I can move to. I don't know. I wish I had a car here. If I had a car, I'd pack the hell out of here and go try hunting somewhere else, but I got dropped off, so kind of fucked for now. And I'm heading down this really steep terrain here. Semi-sliding down in this valley. Nice valley down here. I'm a little bit east of where I ended up last time in the valley, so it opens up nice. Thinking about hunting just the foothills down here. I'm seeing more and more sign as I get down close to it, so I think the deer aren't going that high up, probably because they don't want to get away from water. But this is making me a little bit nervous. It's smoky in here. Whole valley smoky. So I don't know where this wildfire's at, or if it's getting closer. I'm thinking about maybe cruising into camp and the trailhead. There's an outfitter there, and asking him if he has any knowledge on this wildfire before I head back out. Alright, there's the river there. I'm almost down the face of this mountain. I came straight down the face, lost the trail a long time ago, and just been sliding on my ass most of the way. Over down trees and through weeds, and Jesus Christ, it's fucking hell on earth up here. My feet are shot because I'm just downhill the whole way, and I feel like they're blisters and stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. There's smoke filling up this valley. I'm tempted to hike back and talk to the outfitter, see if he's got a report on this fire, check if my buddy's okay, and then try and make it back to camp by the end of the night. God, I gotta climb the mountain again to get to camp. All right, I'm back on the valley floor. The river's actually down a cliff from here, so it's not really easy to get water. So found this little trickle of water here. I pumped some water, filled up. Then I noticed there's fresh horse tracks here. There's horse shit that's pretty fresh and still kind of smells and it's wet. So it's telling me that a group of horses has just come in here recently, and they're heading down the valley, into the wilderness. So kind of makes my worries about the wildfire go away, because I would think that they wouldn't be going into the wilderness if the wildfire was spreading it all this way. So I think I'm just going to go back to camp, because if I go back and check with the outfitter, I'd like to ease my mind about my buddy being okay. I'd like to check on him, but if I head over there now, it'd be putting me hiking back to camp in the dark or something. It's going to add 4 or 5 hours onto my trip, so I don't think I can do it. I'm just going to head back to camp. I'm heading back up the mountain to get back to my camp. A lot of traveling today, and my legs are shot to hell. My feet hurt from coming down from Mount George. But that's whatever it takes. I got to get back to camp, so it doesn't matter if I'm tired. That's pretty much what my training's all about. Get ready for this sort of thing. Be able to tell my legs to go no matter what. Mental override. Just tell them keep going no matter how hard it hurts, how bad it hurts, or how tired I am. This is where it pays off. Okay, it's Monday afternoon, and I walked all day today. I went all around this mountain to the east and south of me, and went down the mountain, down to the valley, walked the valley back to the trail I came in, then did a complete loop all the way up the trail I came in, and I walked, 11 hours at a pretty decent speed all day, and I didn't see anything. I didn't even see a deer. I didn't see any sign of anything again up here in these woods. When I get down to the valley, I do see sign of deer, see deer tracks and fresh deer shit and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that the deer are hanging out down there and just going up into the foothills, during the day to bed, and then coming down to the valley to feed and get water at night. So I think I'm going to break camp tomorrow and head down to the valley and maybe have a shot at a deer down there, just because I don't see these woods producing anything. It's just so hard to hunt up here, and it just seems like there's such little life up here. Nothing tells me to stay. So tonight I'm just gonna go in this little drainage right next to camp here. I could see about 100 yards, and I'm just gonna sit there for the night. Hope something runs by. Good a spot as any. Then after that, I'm getting out of the woods in the morning and gonna go hunt the valley. Now, I seen some horseback elk hunters in the valley when I was down there coming down the horse trail, and they told me they didn't have any good encouraging words. They said they covered a lot of ground and didn't see anything. They were calling for elk. One of them used to be an elk guide, so I think he knows what he's doing. So I don't think that you see the major life in Selway-Bitterroot is bees. There's just bees everywhere, just swarming all day. All around camp, just the whole time I'm walking, they're just swarming me all the time. But yeah, I don't gotta hold my hopes high for elk, but I think my best chance of filling a tag is getting down into the valley, and I could kind of glass from the valley too. It seems like if I could find a decent spot in the valley, I can actually glass up. Because, obviously, normally you'd want to get high and glass down, but these woods, the higher you get, the thicker it is. It's crazy. So I think the foothills are pretty like thin where you can actually glass them some. So it looks like if I can get in the right situation, I can do some glassing with my spotter from the valley and maybe find something to put a stock on. That's going to be the plan for the rest of the trip. Get the stove rolling inside the parrot teepee. Drying out my sweaty clothes for the day. Getting ready for a warm night. Yeah, I like running the stove inside the tent. I sit here and look at the map and plan out for tomorrow. Be warm, and same thing in the morning. I could fire it up in the morning, be warm to get dressed, and kind of give me something to do for these long, lonely nights. I'm out here by myself, you know, and I don't really like having a fire outside because then I got to worry about it. You know, when I go to bed, I don't have no water to put it out or anything. So I like this idea. It's nice. Okay, it's Tuesday morning, and I'm packing up camp and hitting the road again, traveling today. I'm gonna get off this mountain down to the canyon. I got about a 3-hour trip down the mountain, and then I get down to that canyon, and I'm gonna go about 2 hours further east down the canyon than I've been so far. And I'm heading to this area on a map that shows like it opens up into a valley down there, because everything down the canyon I've been down so far has been like straight up and down walls and just a canyon. But on the map shows a valley, so I'm gonna head down there. Got a long day of traveling. I'm giving it up top on the mountain because you know, I had an idea coming up here, getting away from people. Since the whole area around here is just canyons, I seen on the contours of the maps and stuff that it's pretty relatively flatter up here on the tops of the mountains, which it is. And I thought there'd be a spot for elk to bed and all that, but you know, it turns out I was wrong. There's really nothing up here. I mean, I just went down, pumped water from the only water around, and there's not a track even close. You know, trail heading down in the water, all around the water. There's no tracks of anything. At night, I haven't heard anything. Don't hear wolves howl. No bugling. You know, it's just a sign that if there's no wolves here, there's probably nothing for them to eat. So, you know, at some point, I gotta just throw in a towel and fold on this plan and try something else. So, I got a few days left. I'm just gonna give it a shot down there. Try a different strategy. Try glassing up. Mainly just hoping to get a deer, or hey, I'd be happy with a predator too, if I can get a bear down there or something. But I've covered a lot of ground here, and I've just beat the hell out of my body. And on day 5, surprisingly, I feel pretty good, so I can't complain. Weather's been good. I thought my feet would be tore up from coming down that mountain yesterday, but I just tightened my boots up and they feel fine. You know, my back's a little stiff from carrying a pack for days on end. I stretched out this morning and I feel pretty darn good. So, you know, coming here from Chicago is quite a difference in terrain, and you know, the altitude is a little bit of a factor. We're at like 8,000 feet, so I feel pretty good. I can't really complain about that. So I'm happy to be traveling, happy to be, you know, have a little hope that we're trying a new plan, and you know, just trying to stay positive. And now I'm down the mountain. I'm just traveling along this river today. Pretty nice walk. The terrain's not too bad. There's quite a bit above the river. There's a horse trail I'm on, and I haven't seen anyone all day, but I've seen fresh tracks, even foot tracks. So I expect when I get down in the flats, there'll probably be other people there. But that's okay. I tried getting away from people, and now I almost think like when I take a trip on, like a fishing trip on a huge lake, and you can't catch any fish, and then you always see these boats going in one spot, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, maybe they think Maybe they know something I don't. That's kind of how I feel here. It's a desperate act, but I'd rather just go by the people, because maybe they're actually chasing something. Oh man, this is a crazy place. Now I'm back in the jungle. I've been walking forever just to find a spot flat enough to even set my pack down. I wasn't gonna fall over, because this is like so steep everywhere that their only flat spot is a trail. So like if I stopped even to take a break, I'd be standing on a trail. And I had to put my pack on the trail, because if I set it on the side, it would just slide down. It's so steep. And I've been walking for, I don't know, I'm where I wanted to go in this valley, but it's horrendous still. Like a fucking jungle in here. The forest is just a tangled mess. There's no way you can walk through it. It's way too steep anyways. I hope something opens up here. I don't even know where I found one spot maybe where you can camp, but it's nowhere near water. There's nowhere flat enough to camp. The forest floor is a mess anyways. I hope I find something. I'm really fucking feeling defeated here. This place is just a fucking mess, man. It's just a terrible fucking place to hunt. I mean, I'd have to, in order to kill an animal here, it'd have to be on a trail with me. That's the only place I could shoot. Other than that, I might as well be carrying around a fucking spear rather than my rifle, because it'd have to be within arm's distance of me in order to even see it. That's how it is out here. It's just fucking terrible. Well, we got a fresh elk track down this trail. This is the first anything I've seen fresh so far. In this area is woods, but it's a little bit open and a lot flatter. So looking a little bit better. I still don't want to camp in the woods. I could do that at home. Well, I'm down in the valley. It's almost 2 o'clock. I left camp at 8. So what is that, 6 hours I've been walking for? I haven't even found a place to camp. There's nothing flat here. There's no fucking areas near the river. The river's still a drop off to get down to it. There's nowhere like I could have water. There's nowhere to hunt. It's just thicker than shit. I mean, even if I could see it, I wouldn't be able to shoot because there's brush and sticks everywhere. I think I'm just gonna quit on this. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Any later, then I'll be having to throw camp in some shitty spot. I think I'm like 5 hours from the. I've been walking 6. Jeez, it's gonna be a long day. Yeah, I gotta be 5 or 6 hours from the trailhead. I'm just going back to the trailhead. There's nowhere I can even hunt out here. At least by the trailhead, I could walk down the trails there and actually see, and maybe shoot something on the river or something. Here, it's just a fucking jungle. It's just horrible. I can't even, like, I just got to a spot. I've been walking for hours. I haven't even seen the mountains. Just like I'm in the Northwoods here. So I just got to this opening where I could see the mountains. But there's nothing ahead of me. The same old bullshit. So I've had it with this place. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Okay, it's getting late in the evening. And I'm coming up on the trailhead now. It's been a long day with 60 pounds on my back. I bet I did 20 miles today. I guess, well, when I get back there, ideally, I'd like to hook up with my dad and my buddy, and maybe they have some intel on a better spot to go to. If not, I'll camp right here at the trailhead, and there's like 2 or 3 other trails that lead out different directions from here, and I'll hunt those and explore those the rest of the time here. Back in there is a beautiful country and nice camping spot ahead and stuff like that. I enjoyed my stay, but I'm here to hunt, and it doesn't make much sense to put in any more time back there when I just can't see making anything happen. So my time's getting short here. I only got a few more days in Idaho, so I gotta do all I can, try something new, and see if I can make it happen. I'm climbing straight up this mountain here. I was glassing from back, on the wooded side of the mountain onto this bare side this morning. And I watched 3 mule deer does go up there and go to bed. So I walked down the valley. Now I'm climbing the far side. And I'm gonna come in from the top. I'd be happy filling my tag with a doe at this point. But if there's doe there might be bucks around also. So when I get up top of this still hunt my way along the ridge and try to spot them before they spot me. Well, this is the kind of country I've been looking for the whole time, and found it within a day's hike in a car. But it doesn't matter where it's at, this is the right place because I've seen 5 deer in here so far, just a spike buck, no good bucks, but I just climbed up from the valley down there. And I'm gonna nose around a little bit around here and see if I can find any sleeping underneath the tree in the shade like they like to do. Okay, well, climbing on the top of this mountain paid off. Got a nice big, let me switch it around. Got a nice big fat doe here, so that's pretty good. Okay, well, this is what success looks like in a Selway-Bitterroot for me, I guess. Just got this doe. I came up over that ridge. Man, it was hard work. It took me probably 2.5 hours climbing that mountain. Finally got to the top and glassed this one up underneath the tree and made a 200-yard shot on her. Dropped dead in her tracks. Man, this is, I'll tell you, filling my tag with a doe out here, it seems like a lot of hard work, but hey, I couldn't be happier. This is a massive animal. This doe is huge. It's gonna have a lot of meat, and I got a tag filled, and I got another day and a half, maybe 2 days to go for an elk or a bear. And man, I would love to get a bear. So I'm happy. I kept at it. Man, this is 6 days of just beating feet and walking for miles and miles on end. And I finally got into deer today. I mean, I think I seen 6-8 deer today. Couple small bucks. This doe just happened to be the one I had a shot on. And at this point, I'm gonna take what I can get. I'm happy with this, and I got a hell of a pack out down this mountain, I'll tell you what. All right, very good. Now that I started walking, I'm definitely heavier than 60 pounds. I carried 60 pounds all day yesterday, and this is worse for sure. I don't know, it's because of dead weight, but I'm going down, you see, all the way to the valley down there. See, all the way down at the bottom, that's the river valley. Head down to the river. And I can't wait to get down there because I'm out of water and I'm dying of thirst. Oh man, I'm still not down out the mountain. This is a horrendous thing. Fucking pack out is terrible. But I'm almost down at the bottom, just shot a bear. I came up poking out. I shot him. He just instantly rolled like 50 yards into the bottom of this gully. And then I went down after him. And I see him walking about 100 yards in front of me, away from me. So I just picked up his blood trail and now I'm following him. All right, I'm almost packed out with this deer. I couldn't stay on that bear's blood trail because I had to figure out a way to get down the canyon that was steep enough for me to walk, and he was going on too steep a ground. But I seen where he went, and I got some high ground on him, and glassed really good and looked for him, and I couldn't find him in that thicket. And when I got down to the bottom of the river, I walked the trail back and forth looking for where he crossed the trail, and didn't find anything. So I don't know if he didn't make it to the river, if he just stayed in that thicket maybe. But I gotta get this meat back to camp and take care of it. And I'll come out there tomorrow morning and go across that drainage and try to cut his tracks and find him tomorrow. I hope I find him. He's a good bear. All right, I'm back the next morning. Kind of late morning. I didn't bother to get up before dark. I'm just out here looking for that bear I shot yesterday. And I had about an hour and a half walk into this spot. And now I'm climbing up this near vertical mountain here that I slid down yesterday to get up there and try and pick up the last blood I had on that bear. Or actually find the last spot I seen him, and then hopefully find blood over there. It's not too much of a climb. It wasn't very high up when I shot him, although I wouldn't have shot if it was way up there, so knowing the trouble it was to get that mule deer down. But hopefully I can pick him up. Hopefully he's in this thicket here. See this thicket in the bottom of this gully? That's where I think he went to. He was kind of wandering when he went in there, so I think he was hurt pretty bad. So hopefully he went in there and died, and I can drag him out. Okay, I'm looking down at this thicket here. This is the bottom of this drainage, okay? Coming all the way down a high mountain. It widens out in this big thicket at the bottom, but up here it's narrow. So I want to go up there, climb to where I believe I last seen him, and then cut the narrow where he was going in the thicket, and hopefully pick up the blood where he went through over there. It'd be hard to pick him up here in this wide thicket. There's just too many variables. But I'm hoping that he's dead in here somewhere. Hoping I can pick up the blood up there and track him down to here. All right, I'm working my way down right down the center of this drainage. It's just a crazy thicket. It's like you just gotta crawl through and bushwhack your way through and break all these sticks out of the way. And you see this thorn right here. It's just all these 1-inch thorns. It's like that, just dragging into me and stuff. And I haven't found any blood yet. Hoping this bear stayed by water. There's actually water right in the middle of this drainage, so hoping he's in here. I don't know. I mean, there's almost an infinite amount of spots he can be. It's like I can walk right by him and not see him in here. It's so thick. And I'm back down to the river. No sign of blood, no sign of the bear. And it's crazy. You know, when I shot that thing and he came crashing down, I never would have thought I wouldn't have tagged him. But this fucking crazy country out here. Like, there's no doubt that bear's dead in there, but there's just an infinite amount of places he could be. And it's just hell to even navigate the terrain. I just spent hours in there, and I don't know what else to do. Can't find him. That's the reality of hunting sometimes. I just took a dip in the river when I got down out of that thicket. It's so nasty in there. Like I'm just torn to shreds, man. Fucking awful. This water's colder than hell, but it does feel good. And it's been over a week now since I've eaten any real food, so this will taste good today. Well, I think this will be my last sit. Looking over this ridge over here. Thursday night. We gotta get on the road tomorrow early in order for me to be back at home on Monday for work. I got that deer to take care of when we get home, so if I went out tomorrow morning and shot something, it would definitely make us a day late getting back into town. So I think we'll just get up and break camp in the morning. So I'll sit here and hopefully something come by and get something down and fill my other tag. You know, it's been a wild trip, man. Selway-Bitterroot Wilderness is just a rough and rugged place. You know, my buddy didn't even make it in here. And he's a pretty tough dude. I mean, he's in shape naturally. He's been training, working out for the trip, but it just kicked his ass too much. And it kicked my ass too. I mean, this is day 7. Tomorrow will be day 8 here. And I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if I lost 15 pounds. Cold is hanging off me. Everything hurts. My feet are always good, man. They never give me trouble. And right now they hurt, man. They feel like they're on fire when I'm walking on them. I never had that before. But just the downhill pack out yesterday with that mule deer. And it's been a wild trip, man. It's a nice place, and I would definitely come back here. I just really made a mistake by wasting the first 5 days in a spot that had no game. If I would have came this way, or maybe went further west, I could have packed in down there and probably got in some good bucks and even maybe chased the elk and stuff, you know. I've been hearing some reports over there. But I just kind of screwed it up the first 5 days. And, you know, at least the important thing is I was really discouraged and everything, but I kept changing my tactics and trying something new. It's important not to give up, you know, even when you feel like all hope is lost. And, I mean, even if I don't get anything tonight, I have, you know, I got like, you know, 60, 70 pounds of mule deer meat. And I'm thrilled with that. I'm happy. You know, a hunt like this, public ground, do it yourself over the counter. Come in here and get anything is a big success, you know. And to be honest, I'd rather come in here and get a doe and pack it out than you know, go to one of these pay places or pay a guy to get a big 6x6 out, because you know, to me that don't mean shit. I don't like it unless I do it myself. So I'm happy. I can't complain, and it's been a great trip and awesome.